Legend of Total War here, and today we're doing a rating your Doomstack video covering Mother of Stanky. I think this is the third time in a row we're covering something from Mother of Stanky. Oh well. Anyway, Mother of Stanky with a 19 Hag Witch Doomstack. We're going up against Malekith, and he's got a bit less than 3 full stacks here. Pretty dangerous amount of force. Some low tier stuff, high tier stuff, pretty mixed sort of armies, typical of what you'd see. Now, I think to sort of make this interesting is what I'm going to do in this battle here is not use any spells, except for Goliath. I'll use that one, but apart from that, I'm going to use these as melee characters, because I've seen Hag Witches perform really bloody well in melee, and they're also good missile units as well. So, even though we've got access to a lot of magic here, what I want to do is, I mean, people have seen by now magic be powerful, right? We're not showing anything new by going, oh look, I'm going to use Law of Death 100 times on these guys. We've seen that loads of times. So we're going to use these heroes as melee or artillery characters and see how well they perform against this. The odds are against us. We've got a bunch of blessings and curses as well. Not going to use them. So let's jump in and see how it goes. Also, this save file was sent in by Cleo8, who is a content creator on Twitch. I'll leave a link to his channel in the comments, not in the description, because if I put it in the description, it actually tanks the video, because YouTube doesn't like it when you take people away from the site. But if I put it in the comments, it doesn't do that. But yeah, if you want to go check him out, you can do that. Obviously, I really appreciate him sending in a save file like this. But yeah, I've definitely noticed that the Hag Witches are pretty damn good heroes. This is a reasonable amount of force. If we went up against 4 full stacks, I'd consider using the spells. Also, there's some decent traits you could use with them as well. I'm not sure what he's got here, but you could get... I gotta check the stats here. Okay, difficulty modifier 4, that means it's on very hard battle difficulty. Well, at the very least, very hard battle difficulty cheats. Anyway, there's a possibility of making like a low leadership in the area type army with them, depending on the trait. But again, I'm not sure what traits he's using. Oh, look what he's done here. Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a rating your Doomstack video covering Mother of Stanky Hag Doomstack. Alright, fair enough. I kind of like that you did that. Fair enough. Alright, so I'm just going to send them straight to melee.
We warned you, the daughters and I. We told you what was coming.
Now the ammunition on these guys is real... Oh, he's done that. Yeah, he's done that. They've got no leadership. Okay. You can tell them going into this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a very stinky, stanky hag stack. Right, that's why he went with Death Wizards. You should have put a Shadow Wizard in here as well. For... let me just see. Never mind, you've got what you need. The Withering. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is stinky as shit. Yeah, they don't stand a chance. There's no hope for them. We can wait for their reinforcements, it doesn't matter. This is hopeless for them. How's his leadership? Yeah, they must have been brought down to 0 on the campaign map. Oh yeah. We've seen this kind of stuff before. This is very stinky. Stinky, stanky hags. And there goes Malekith. I don't even have to cast any spells. So what we'd do here normally is we'd overcast Doom and Darkness, pop down. Look at that, 200 spell intensity, minus 32 leadership. That would just instantly break them. Because yeah, they had 20 leadership. This is incredibly stinky. And look at that, they're shattering. Yeah, Malekith with 22 leadership, and that's on difficulty modifier 8. So it literally doesn't matter what the AI brings, as long as it's not unbreakable units. Now if we surround Malekith, you can see here that against a large single entity, they don't do too badly either. So I said I was going to use Gulias for healing. Makes sense to do that. Actually, if we get rid of Malekith, they're going to suffer a -10 leadership penalty. So... No, it's actually going to be -16 to begin with. Oh, hang on. These ones here, their base value is a lot higher. Okay, it seems like only Malekith's army was actually standing in the same region as them. These ones here don't have their leadership penalties affected too much. So what are we doing here? Right, we got Mirror of the Ice Queen, which is a Mortis Ascension effect. It's an item. Yeah, we just threw them into melee there. What else? That's good. You showcased there that this army was basically routed based on their stinkiness. But these ones here, their leadership's not so bad. And so they're standing and fighting at least a little bit. And we can see here that even going up against Blackguard of Naggarond, we just absolutely fuck. These hag witches, they fuck. It is very power creepy for sure. No one was denying that these hag witches weren't powerful. Could probably put in a patriarch there for healing. So yeah, right now what I should be doing is overcasting in the Withering, and also overcasting Doom and Darkness. We'd be able to pop down, what, 48 leadership penalty? That's pretty damn massive. But as you can see, we just don't need to. They're actually killing these forces, no problem. There's Blackguard of Naggarond in there, and it just doesn't matter. And they're trying to shoot us. God damn it. Close defeat! Doesn't even use any spells whatsoever. Yeah, that's a good Doom stack. That's a good Doom stack, because this is really easy to use. It's basically fail-proof. What kind of missile resistance we're looking at here? Yeah, pretty high missile resistance. If all of them are at 45%, that's pretty good. And then a bit of physical resistance and ward save on top of that. Good stuff. Now, you definitely don't need to do this with Mother of Stanky. You could do it with anyone. Yeah, her healing is very slow, so just don't bother with it. Yeah. Okay. I knew they were great fighters, and I knew that there was a trait that could drop their leadership like that. It was pretty funny to see. We've seen this kind of stuff before. It's hard to get surprised in this game. They're not really introducing anything truly new. I mean, power creep. Oh, we've never had that before. Overpowered characters. Never seen that before. Characters that are multi-talented at fighting battles. Yeah, that's never happened. Sarcasm, obviously. But look at this. Yeah, they all got really good kills. I reckon this one here is the one that had the Mirror of the Ice Queen. Because that one got all the kills. Well, most of the kills. But yeah, look, we threw him into melee against, you know, a decent amount of armor piercing and anti-large. Wasn't the most dangerous army ever. But they just barely did a scratch to us. This one here was mostly hurt by Malekith, I think. No, not even. He didn't do any damage. Maybe that one got shot by Dark Shards.
I cannot kill those with them.
Let's have a look at what's going on with their equipment. And see how dependent this Doomstack is on equipment. Because sometimes people say in hero Doomstacks, and the thing that makes them really good is actually the equipment, not the heroes themselves. Although I know that just the base level of these heroes is still really good. And I don't think you need to exclusively do this with Stanky. You could do it with the Ice Court, since these units are not limited to Stanky. She would have been up here somewhere. Alright, let's have a look. So this one here, yeah, Mirror of the Ice Queen there. Only makes sense putting it on one of them, especially if you're going to blow them up. The levels on them, yeah, there's no real need to get them to level 50 because, I mean, what for? They max out their skills pretty early. There's nothing that's going to improve their stats. Main thing that you're looking for there is the protective charms. Give him extra weapon strength. Yeah, extra arcane conduit's fine. I mean, we weren't casting any spells, so that doesn't really matter. Yep. So it just, you can get, basically make this doom stack happen at rank 1 for these guys. So very early on. Because there's no mount option. That is just what they have. Yeah, misshapen. Enemy leadership -5 local region. I imagine that's the case for all of them. Yeah. And yeah, so this is what happened. He parked himself here, and then Malekith attacked, but all of these ones that were reinforcing were in a different region. That's why they weren't affected by the misshapen. So if he wanted to showcase it on all of them, all he had to do was move back here, but then the settlement garrison wouldn't have showed up. It's fairly late in the campaign, although I really don't see this being a problem to recruit fairly early on, because Hag Witches, I believe, are tier 3 units. Yeah, they're tier 3 units. You increase your capacity at tier 3, and you can see here he's doing it in minor settlements. And this is a building that makes money, so this is quite efficient to do. Yeah, you could, all you need is 19 regions that are tier 3, and you can make this. Actually, no, you need 18 regions, because you start off with 1 base capacity for Hag Witches. And then there's a Stanky, I'm pretty sure she's got a tech, skill, sorry, that increases the number of Hag Witches. Yeah, so you can bring that number down to 16 regions. And how many regions have you got? Yeah, more than enough to do this. So yeah, it's, in terms of rating this, it's basically 10 out of 10 for power. I'd probably be most concerned if you went up against a Rite of Primeval Glory army, but then again, if you did go up against it and you made sure that you had the leadership debuff on them, you could just Doom and Darkness them off the battlefield. That just wouldn't be a problem. So that wouldn't be a problem. If you went up against something like Slayer Spam, you could outrun them and just use the missile attack from these ones here. And get rid of them that way. And then once you've run out of ammunition, let's just say you went up against 4 full stacks of Slayers. What you would do is just avoid melee combat with them to begin with. Obviously use up all of your ammunition, all of your magic, and then charge into them. Because the thing to keep in mind is, even though Slayers are anti-large and they are unbreakable, is that these are anti-infantry. Even if it doesn't say they've got an anti-infantry bonus, chariots are just really effective against infantry units due to the way that their sort of weird attacks work. Because they kind of do a lot of splash damage. So having low amounts of health per entity makes fighting for these ones really quite easy. Chariots are great against infantry, even if they don't have the anti-infantry bonus. So even if you went up against an all-Slayer army, 4 full stacks of them, this could probably handle it quite well, even if they weren't particularly ranked up. If we have a look at the equipment, I think there's varying... Some of them don't even have equipment. Yeah, varying degrees of quality. What's this here? Iron Ice Armor. That's a good one to have for sure. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have like an Armor of Destiny on all of them. In fact, I don't think we've got a single Armor of Destiny here. Oh no, we do. It's on a Stanky here. There's a Talisman of Preservation, but then that's it. Just got the one. If we have a look at their items, yeah, it's just got the one there. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of overall power, this is pretty much a 10 out of 10. It's insanely strong. In terms of cost effectiveness, pretty damn good. It's super easy to use as well. And the more difficult the battle, you just have to micro a little bit harder. But the vast majority of the battles you go up against, it's mostly infantry. You will just demolish them. I don't even think you need to go with misshapen spam, but you totally could do that. And if you really wanted to like speed getting misshapen along, what you could do is start up a new campaign, save whatever the starting one was, if it's misshapen, get 19 of them backed up, and then all you gotta do is get the capacity up and then just load a character in at rank 1. Because it doesn't matter about bringing them in at rank 50, because the levels up that they have is not important if you want to just get the misshapen. So overall, this is an insanely powerful Doomstack. In fact, it even goes so far as to say that this Doomstack is more powerful than the Incarnate Elemental of Beast Doomstack, because that was a rough battle, that one. And this army here would have handled that with absolute ease. We just wouldn't have had trouble with it, because we could have outrun everything, and we could have just shot them all and used magic. We would have had no problem with that battle. And this would just take up maybe a little bit longer to get, because you need to increase the capacity with them, whereas things in the wood, as soon as you've got access to them, you can just spam them. Although that's a tier 4 unit. So overall, really good army. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. I knew it was going to be good. But anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Don't forget to check out Cleo 8. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the comments in the video, not in the description. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.